Hi, I'm Paul Ryan, Vice Presidential Candidate for the Republican Party. I'd like to take a moment to explain a few things. Many Americans seem to be confused about my proposed new Medicare voucher system. Does that mean that the cost of Medicare will exponentially increase for tens of thousands of elderly Americans? Absolutely. Does that mean that because they won't be able to afford it, these seniors will be left without health care? Sure does. Now, you may be wondering, Paul, how's that going to help my country? Well, I'll tell you. The simple fact is that if America is going to recover from these troubled times, we need to address two very important problems, both of which will be solved by my proposed Medicare system. Firstly, we're going to have to improve our image to the rest of the world. How do we do that? Try this exercise with me. Think back on your day today. How many senior citizens did you encounter? How many of them were completely disgusting looking? Pretty much all of them, right? It starts here, America. You see, without health care, these old, wrinkly, saggy-skinned freaks of nature will die out much, much faster, effectively making America's image younger and therefore stronger as a whole. The second and equally important problem we face is that America has developed a serious problem with time management, which has all but put a stop to our productivity as a nation. If we are going to keep up with the many booming economies blossoming throughout the world, we're going to have to put in the work to make it happen. Let's try another exercise, shall we? If you had to guess, how many hours do you think you've spent just this year alone waiting in line for some old bag to write a check at a grocery store? 4 hours? 6? That's almost an entire workday. That's time that could have been spent at work getting coffee for your boss, scheduling appointments for your boss, or buying your boss a gift for being such a great boss in the hopes that he doesn't fire you. Less old people equals less time wasted, which equals increased productivity. It's simple math, folks, and numbers don't lie. And yes, I understand that the unemployment rate is very high, but is it really because of a lack of jobs? God knows I could have easily afforded to continue to employ almost every person I've ever fired. But why would I want to when they never even brought me one single cup of coffee, or complimented my physique, or offered to finish my workload for me so I could go pump some iron? Oh, good Lord, I love pumping iron. Because physical fitness is important to maintaining that American image I just talked about. I'm actually working out right now, systematically flexing every muscle in my upper body over and over. Now, President Obama likes to imply that my running mate, Mitt Romney, and I are too well-to-do to understand the lower and middle classes. He would have you believe that we are a part of the elite rich coming from old money, who never really actually had to earn our fortunes. This couldn't be further from the truth. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to be without the delicacies that the wealthy enjoy. I'll have you know that the truth is, I've been side by side with our working class heroes. When I was a young man just starting out with limited experience and lacking the benefit of a college education, I had to suck it up just like many of you. I had to force myself to be humble and take any job I could get. I swallowed my pride and I took a job working at McDonald's. Sometimes a man has to do what a man has to do. And my father told me he wouldn't release my trust fund to me until I had proven that I was able to hold a job. It was a humbling experience. It was hard work. But I learned so much in my 3 weeks there. So you see, America, I've been there. I know what it's like. I'm just like you. I also know what it's like firsthand to witness the struggles of unemployment and an economy gone awry. President Obama would have you believe that he has been creating jobs, but sadly, this is not the case. In fact, one of my strongest motivators in politics has been something that happened in my own hometown. Back in 2008, the GM plant in my hometown of Janesville, Wisconsin was shut down, costing thousands of jobs. Where was Obama then? I mean, sure, he wasn't president yet, but geez, if he really cared that much, you'd think he would have stepped up and done something, right? One more falsity I'd like to address is this. The liberal Democrats like to label Mitt Romney and I as women-hating chauvinists. Completely ridiculous. I mean, seriously? They have vaginas. I love vaginas. Mitt does too. And if they were raised right, they probably are pretty good at cooking. So you see, we love women. And we genuinely care about their welfare. I don't think it could be more obvious. I mean, we care about them so much that rather than mock and ridicule them, we are willing to accept their lack of intellect and their weak physical statures. We know that they are incapable of deciding what's best for them, but do we blame them? Not at all. Out of love and respect, we will put in the work necessary to ensure that women never have to bear the burden of thinking for themselves again. Never, ever. After all, they make our dinners, they have our babies, and as I've already stated, a fact which I can't stress enough, they have vaginas. Vaginas that were given to us by God. Vaginas that, with the proper training, can serve to keep America populated and prospering. So hey girls, take care of those things, okay? In closing, I only ask one thing of you, America. I ask that when you're considering your vote this November, consider this. Mitt Romney and I don't care what kind of a job you have. Heck, we don't even care if you have a job at all. We will make sure to stay rich and to live extravagantly in order to give you a positive example of what you could be if you apply yourself and you get yourself a set of rich parents. And we don't care if you're a woman with a brain too inferior to make your own decisions regarding your body and your welfare. We're willing to make those decisions for you. We care that much about all of you. Thank you, America, and God bless.